मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही करेगी, और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है, वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी, ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा ही है। धरती और सातवें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ, मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत हैं पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क, धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Thank you so much, Kanika, for playing the corporate video Franchise India that truly motivates us every day to service our investors and brands to the best of our manner. Warm welcome to everyone to our Business Opportunity with Chai webinar series. This is a launch pad of the big business opportunity we are launching today. It's a 45-minute session where our aim is to first to talk about the business option with the help of the presentation, where today we have invited the leadership team of the brand. Then moving towards a panel discussion. During our panel discussion, we would love to take all your queries, requesting everyone to maximize this opportunity by sharing your views as well as your queries in the question and answer box. We welcome management team of Franchise India, Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am, for this particular webinar. And it's a big day for us because we are launching Beardo. Yes, it's your chance to become partner with Beardo, the most awarded premium male grooming brand. Over a time, name Beardo has become a synonymous with a male grooming product. It provides innovative grooming essentials for men, ranging from beard, hair growth oil, beard mustache oil, and many more things. And today we have invited the team from Beardo to talk about this business opportunity. They are offering you two business options. One, you can become a partner with them as an exclusive business outlet partner, or you can start your salon. And it's our privilege to welcome and invite Mr. Mehta as well as Harshad to talk about this great brand. They have a brand ambassador, Hrithik Roshan. Yes, you have heard it right. Hrithik Roshan is the brand ambassador for Beardo. But I'll not take much time. Now I will invite Mr. Mehta and Harshad to talk about this business opportunity. Over to you, Harshad, over to you, Mr. Mehta.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, almost good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. I head the marketing function here at Beardo along with the online business. And Harshad here is responsible for this entire franchise model that we're taking ahead. Quick glimpse into what the brand has been and our journey. What started off as something very small and as an experiment has ballooned into actually transforming the grooming industry in the country today. And that's something actually we're very proud of, and we hope to continue that journey along with many of you. Without even getting into more details, let me share my screen. I think that's the best way to run you all through what the journey has been for us and why and what makes Beardo so special. I trust my screen is currently visible to everyone. And a quick glimpse, what started off in 2015 in Ahmedabad, along with Sunil Shetty as our brand ambassador, ballooned into an over 100 crore worth business today, where we've been awarded, being the best male grooming brand, many times. And today we, in fact, have over 350 live active active SKUs in the market. And honestly, one thing that's really, I think, set us apart is the love that we've received from not just users, but also celebrities. In 2020, we had signed on board Yash, who at that time people were not so aware of. But I think now with everyone noticing KGF Part 2, he's still a face for our brand, and he really helped take the brand to the next level. We also, we were present across 15,000 salons and premium markets across the country. But in 2016 is when Beardo actually had approached Marico. And I'm an employee of Marico. And I was in the strategy team when I remember evaluating the brand at that time, thinking, should we at Marico invest behind Beardo? And we saw some serious potential, not only in the market over there, but also the team that was behind it. Little did I know that in 2019 or 20, I would come here once Marico made the entire acquisition in 2020. And I'm actually stationed here to manage the business going ahead. And it's great to see the journey since. We are present in over 7 international markets as well. But really what sets Beardo apart is not really the product. And that's the interesting thing about men's grooming. And I think this is something that we've understood better than our competitors. We are not a product brand. In fact, we are a brand that's archetype-led, which means that we sell a personality. We don't particularly focus on any specific product. And this, I think, has been the largest differentiator. And selling a personality for men, that is, what works. Not everyone, can be a beard, and this is something that's very interesting. So the brand, is all about this rugged macho attitude. And right from Sunil Shetty, who embodies it, to, Yash and of course, Hrithik. We currently today have 2 brand ambassadors. While Hrithik, most of you all know, we also have Yash. Hrithik, the first time people ever saw him with a beard, this was in 2020 when he had a full-grown beard, and that was for our brand. And since then, what is very interesting is that he has not shaved. And in all his movies and all his ads, after that, you've always noticed him in a beard. And I think that's something that he just loved. He fell in love with, I think, what we had to offer as a brand, and the rest is, history. So what sets us apart is this positioning. We obviously say that we're the alpha, but if I have to take a little step back and just share with everyone, आजकल क्या हो रहा है market में? If you notice, पिछले International Men's Day पे, all brands in this men's grooming space today are telling men to be soft, compassionate, sensitive, be politically correct. भाई आपको रोना है तो please रो. If you're emotional, please be emotional, show it. And what we realize is every brand out there is telling men to be a certain kind of a gentle. We don't really believe that. We believe that men will be who they want to be. There is no one to tell them how to be anything. And we like to embrace the true core, raw ruggedness of men. We stand up against any prescriptive version of masculinity. And that is, I think, something that's really set us apart, that we are who we are raw, we are rugged, we celebrate the charm of rugged manhood. And you can see them in pictures like this one. We are the alpha and we like to stay bold and powerful. And that dadi signifies, certain level of wisdom, certain level of, I'll do what I want. What is also very interesting is, naam sunke, most people will feel that this is a beard brand. Actually, only 28 to 30%, actually even lesser than now 27% of our business comes from beard products. The balance, 72, 73% of our business comes from other categories, and we are present across categories like skincare, hair care, perfumes, deos. We even have presence in apparel, accessories, gifting. So it's a very wide range. Or again, what I would like to highlight is what makes this work is that we don't focus on a product. We focus on selling that personality. Ek baar wo personality is something that you aspire towards, then it doesn't matter what we are selling. No, we have realized men buy it. So the purpose behind the brand is so powerful that men immediately just by anything and everything that we have been able to offer this. So far, every category that we have entered has worked so far. Touch wood. So, like I was saying, we have almost 350 odd products. But what's also interesting is that we were one of the first brands to launch products which are dedicated for men. So what you're seeing here is just a few of our posts to show you the kind of communication. But products like a lip lightener for smokers, products like charcoal. We were one of the first brands to really launch charcoal. Today, charcoal is a big trend, but we were the first men's grooming brands to do that. We have a brand called Ball Sack Spray. I mean, now this might, some people think it's little, I don't know, politically incorrect, jo bhi bolta, but we are bold and we launch products which cater to men. And we love doing that. And we understand what men want. And we're often called the male grooming experts. Now, not only having a wide portfolio, but something else is that we've maintained a premium pricing. Across most categories, we are priced more premium to our competitors. This is just an example of our beard oils. All our products are priced higher. We are still the market leader in this. Another example of our hair waxes, even here we are priced one of the most premium hair waxes in the market. So we believe in keeping a slight premium pricing. We believe our brand marketing is fairly strong enough to command or demand that premium. Now, another thing is that categories that we enter, we like to win. So, of course, in the beard category, we are the market leaders, but also in hair styling, we are now the market leaders. We've also recently we launched a very unique perfume. We had entered the perfume category only in 2020. And today we were the bestseller already online. And this one is one of our heroes, very unique perfume called Whiskey Smoke. And you can understand, just by even the concept, this is a very, very manly perfume. It's so designed for men. We also have, a very other unique product called a Tattoo Shiner, which is something that's quite unique that was not existing in the market before. So all these innovations and focus efforts have allowed us to not just play in certain categories, but be the leader. And what's also very interesting is our online community, right, is over 5 million. And not only is it such a big community, but what's important is our engagement rate online is also the highest. If you compare to most of our competitors, our engagement rate is one of the highest. And I think, again, this is happening only because of our unique positioning. This is, just some of the recent content, that we had launched. I'll just take a minute to share with you all, maybe 1 or 2 videos that might just give you all a flavor of what that content was. Let me just share 1 or 2 of them. This was Hrithik's campaign when we had launched. Maybe someone will have seen it. I'll share it.
Want to play God?
Contigo todo es fácil. Ven aquí, mi amor, quiero tu calor.
Get the look.
Contigo quiero ser más que amigos. Para siempre en tus brazos, tu amor, en tu amor. Contigo quiero ser más que amigos.
What I'll do is I'll just play one more video for you guys. This is one of the recent campaigns of Yash.
Beardo detected. Beardos only.
That was just to give a little flavor. The kind of content that we create, it's all about, when a beardo walks in, everybody notices. And वो जो alpha archetype है, that is what we always project: powerful, strong, bold, and that I think is what has worked really well for our Indian consumers. And we've also done the same thing internationally, and it's working there as well. So अपना जो positioning है is very unique to what others don't have, and we sell this personality. We don't focus on one product, and that allows us to sell a full range of products. And that I think gets us to our opportunity for the salon channel. And one of the things that we always started to do was focus on this salon channel. Since 2018, we've been trying to build this channel, and what we realized is there is no serious men's only salon chain out there. No big ones. There are many unisex ones. And what we also saw is that we have a very strong brand pool already. And so we felt that we could leverage this. What we have also done is launch a salon only range of products. So what is called Beardo Studio Professional. This range is co-created by experts and only designed for men. So we understood that men's skin, men's hair, men's scalp, it's all different. And this is a professional range or an expert range. It's got different products for different problems, and it's prescribed by professionals. So this range is not available anywhere else. It's only dedicated for salons. And today, already being across about 10 to 15,000 salons already. But what we realize is that we have an opportunity to create Beardo only salons, Beardo franchise salons, Beardo flagship salons, which will become an experience center. And that is where we also wanted to partner with all of you. So a few of the benefits of doing this is, of course, with Beardo comes a strong stamp of quality. We already have seen a high rate of success in most of the initiatives that we have done. The major thing, and this is something we are very proud of, is that it's differentiated from most other players. And that is what really makes it stand out. With having a unique range, there'll be no trade conflict also. This is a quick summary. I will allow Harshad to maybe take the next few slides ahead. Harshad?
Thanks, Darius. Can you just come back to the older slide? Yeah. One more. Yeah, one more before that. Yeah, perfect. So, guys, thank you very much for joining today, and wonderfully, explained by Darius. He has given you a complete understanding and theme of what you mean by this brand called, Beardo, and probably to leverage that into other forms of business. As I said, in 2015, as Darius said, in 2015, we started this, and we have completely created a niche out of it. What were there initially huge MNCs, we stood against them, and we today, after 7 years, we clearly have a name that is to reckon for. Now, what we have done into our product category, after a lot of contemplation, we thought, okay, now we have a set of loyal customers. We have people, or probably I would say our family is year on year is growing on big. Can we offer them something that is new and which is clear cut? There's a gap in market. Now, when I say there's a gap in market, there is truly correctly mentioned that there's a lack of focus salon chain when it comes to men. But does that mean they don't have any other opportunity in market today? Probably they definitely have an opportunity, but I would say the opportunity that is there is more inclined towards the other gender, and not the gender, or probably not the personality that Beardo has created, and not for that audience which is yet to get some sort of resonance with their personality and the brand that Beardo has created. So this is where the gap that we have identified, and now this particular products that probably we have created for our specifically salon range, how can we take a step forward and give this particular experience to our customers? that will, form a more stronger association with our overall customers. And the opportunity is not only in terms of, connecting with the customers on front of emotions or front of personality. We have certain figures that talks about us, or probably that support this particular business unit that we are starting. Is that is, if only it's 30% of, a business come from the beard category, other 70 is non-beard, then that particular business has to be tapped in terms of offering some sort of services, offering in some sort of experience. And even to talk about just our grooming category, as hair and skin itself contributes, say, more than 50% to our revenue, clubbing them together. And hair and skin is something that is treated, that has been served in salons. So then we had another second point, that if hair and skin is something that is being probably been sold the most, why not give them a full-fledged experience with our product itself, right? And that is when, Doris, can you shift to the next slide, the product slide? Yeah, and that is where, guys, we came up with the products that are professional. When I'm saying professional is, they come with, some sort of exotic ingredients which are used dedicatedly for facial. We have come up with shampoo ranges that works on a certain problem, dedicated to whether it's dandruff, whether it's dry hairs, and all those things. And that is what differentiates the retail product and the professional product. Now, after having the professional product, and as you can see, our success is fairly higher in BSP range, that is Beauty Studio Professional range. Now we want to take it one more step, where all by our means we want to serve our loyal customers, and not only serve them, but going forward, since we are creating this particular infra of setting up our own salons, trust me, guys, this is not just an opportunity for you, but this is also an opportunity for the company to come up with more finer products, come up with more exclusive products, come up with more expensive products, which would actually create a completely different paradigm shift in overall FMCG market when it comes to premium male grooming. Today, to experiment, there's absolutely no infra. So Beardo, along with our future partners, which probably I'm sure most of you guys will join hand with us, we are doing that thing with you. We are partnering you people with us in our future growth. Can we come to the next slide, Darius? Yeah. Now, Darius has already mentioned, we are a clear-cut differentiation. There is absolutely no trade conflict, but that is not what, that will differentiate us. As a brand, setting up a salon franchisee is not one more addition to our business. Setting up a salon franchisee is a very prestigious project for us. Why I'm saying is that because, look, whatever we do as a Beardo, we are definitely successful. But that doesn't mean, I want to sound arrogant about it. I don't want to sound very proudy about it. Right from the salon that comes, okay? So what is the support that probably we wish to offer to our, franchise partner is, we are taking this, prime responsibility of actually pulling the end consumers, taking responsible of getting the footfall to your salons, right? There are many brands associated in the market, probably bigger brand when it comes to salons. But what is the kind of support that is available there today in market? That is something is to be a point of concern. For us, opening up a salon is not a branding activity. For us, opening up a salon is connecting directly with our consumers. And that is something which we really don't want to, play a spoil sport. We want to be 100% sure. That is by pulling right kind of customers. We are centrally taking responsibility of getting the right footfall. We already have an expertise in our products and services. The same thing is going to be transferred by our technical team to each and every individual salon that opens up anywhere in India. Further, it is not only about product and services, but it is also about right from, doing a recce for salons, or probably what should be the interiors of the salons, probably what should be the right guest, customer experience in that particular city. To that level of discussion and to that level of detail, we want our partners to be associated with us. Normally in franchising business is always, a one-sided communication. The brand has its guidelines, they dedicate down to the franchisee, and the franchisee just has to follow. This is not something which we want to do it going forward with the franchisee businesses, because we want our partner to be actively involved. As I said, this is not an exercise for us to increase our brand. This is an exercise for us to connect with our loyal customers and increase that base. And obviously, not last but not the least, when we are saying that you're a partner, you're eligible for a special discount that will help you for a higher EC profitability by giving you a better rate in the market. Can we move on to the next slide, Darius? Yeah. Now, how do you associate with us, right? So when it comes to the salon model, you can sign up with us for a master franchisee. In the master franchisee, the agreement is for 5 years. And the investment range that comes is from 25 lakhs to 100 lakhs. In particular, this franchisee models, we have come up with this concept of, say, licenses. In an investment of, say, around 25 lakhs, we offer you 5 licenses, going up to 20 licenses. Now, these licenses can be used in 2 options. One option is you can consume all the licenses by yourself. When I'm saying you can consume all the licenses by yourself, is you can act as a trader. What is a trader? You can buy 20 licenses from me, and in turn, you can sell those 20 licenses below you. So you will act just as a master franchisee without owning any salons. The second option to you is, for example, if you have purchased 20 licenses for you, 18 you can consume in terms of selling, and say probably 2 or 3 as per your choice, you can open up your own salons where you individually will be responsible for running those salons, as you have not given it to further franchising it. In this particular model, how the royalty sharing happens is, we charge 10% royalty from the franchisee, the unit franchisee, and that particular 10% is further divided. That is 7% would be taken by the brand, that is by Beardo, and 3% would be given to the master franchisee. Your role more of in a master franchisee initially is of the inspection, and initially is of this particular condition that your unit franchisee is following all the norms as laid down by the brand in terms of having or giving the right kind of experience to the end consumer. Can we go to the next slide? Yes, this is a unit franchisee. Probably, if not the master franchisee, then you can also take up a unit franchisee with the company. Just to start off with, how would be the experience of the company? Does company stands on its promises that it makes to its investors? So for one unit franchisee, the agreement again would be of 5 years. The non-refundable fee, or that is the franchise fee that we are talking about, is 5 lakhs plus GST. Obviously, you cannot sub-franchise it because you have just taken one unit franchise. The minimum area required for the salon would be at least 350 square feet. And the investment, this is an average investment which we have taken in tier 1 and tier 2 cities. That will, including your franchisee fee, will be somewhere around 21 lakhs. For specific cities like, I would say, Mumbai or some part of South Delhi, this particular investment can go up to 24 to 26 lakhs. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yes. Now, this is not the only model. The salon is not the only model where we offer to give a good experience to our end consumers. There's one more model, that is the kiosk model, or probably exclusive business outlet. This particular model can be taken up in malls, and there are good, I would say, 40 to 45 malls in India. And the expected business outcome of such malls and of such kiosks is anywhere around, you see, 4 to in range starting from 4 to 8 lakh rupees. So how do you associate it? Obviously, the agreement period will be of 5 years. There's a non-refundable fee, that is a franchise fee of 3 lakhs. There's no sub-franchising right available. Approximate area would be, say, starting from 60 square feet to 90 square feet. So somewhere the average we have taken of 80 square feet. And the minimum investment range, including the franchisee's fee, is in a range of, say, 7 lakhs to 10 lakhs. Can we go to the next slide? Yes. So probably, as I mentioned, we have 2 set of businesses to offer today. One is of salon and other is of kiosk. Yes, Archana. So probably we are done from our end in terms of explaining what we are here to offer for. Probably now we are open for questions, if any.
Thank you so much, Harshad, and thank you so much, Darius. And friends, I'll request all of you, if you have any questions that you wish to ask, please use the Q&A box, and we'll take up all your questions, and also mention the city of your interest. And lastly, if you already have a property, available with you, we would also like to take up any locations which might be viable.
And friends, keep writing in your questions and we'll take it up now. And just to give a quick recap of the opportunity, friends, that we have shared with you. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the entire team of Beardo for making themselves available, for this webinar today. And thank you, Harshad and Darius, for this presentation. And friends, I feel, this is a very big segment, and today we see a very, very big demand coming in, especially when you look at the D2C segment in India. It is exploding, and today it is becoming a very strong category and actually challenging some of the legacy brands that we have been consuming or experiencing, for many, many decades. So I would say we are proud to present this opportunity of Beardo to all our investors here. And this is a brand which has actually become synonymous with the men's grooming. And I like to also, congratulate both Ashutosh and Priyank on the successful journey of becoming a leader in a segment and, creating that segment which never existed a couple of years back. And friends, the business is also invested by some of the marquee investors and companies like Marico that we saw in the presentation. Artha India Ventures also the investor in the business, and also some of the other marquee investors, including Signal Peak Ventures. They all are investors in the business. So, there are a couple of things, which are important for any investor when they look at making an investment in any opportunity. And I feel, Beardo epitomizes all these credentials, which a franchise partner looks at, and, which are things like credibility of the people behind the company, the sustainability of the system, and the demand, which is very important, which is the market potential, of that category, or I would say industry at large, and also the value of the investment that you make, including the support of the company and the stability of the franchisor. All these become very important and paramount importance for any investor looking at the opportunity. So like I mentioned, they're category creators and leaders, for a lot of products as well. And they're building a beauty business with influencers, which have also created a lot of value for them. And these influencers include celebrities endorsing, using the products, and also investors like Sunil Shetty, who actually invested in the business. So they've positioned themselves as a very aspirational brand, a very relevant brand to the masses today at large. And I would also add, when they're looking at expansion all across India, and the first time ever, they're coming on an offline platform, they would be picky about the partners they would choose, and equally picky on the locations and the placement, of the stores. So that's very important, and also as an investor, you get maybe a first mover advantage in your city where you want to partner with Beardo. And having said that, even before the launch, we're already discussing and signed up with some of the partners. So we might have some locations which might have already gone in terms of a master or unit, opportunity, so to say. So there are two associations, friends, that you can look at. One is a retail opportunity, and the second is a salon. And this is a men's salon, and they've extended their brand equity to a salon, which I feel is a very, very powerful proposition, given the royalty or I would say even the loyalty of the end consumers, which make the engagement of these consumers very, very strong. The other is, a master franchisee, and master franchisee is an association which we are looking only for salon. Retail would be a unit franchise opportunity. So before I get into, more understanding on the efficiencies and financial dynamics, my first question to you and, Harshad or Darius, anyone, who would want to take that, looking at maybe the industry today, what are the key macro trends, as a front runner in the business that you see? And overall, because we're coming offline for the first time, and we have seen a big success with the business in D2C space, what is your outlook on the overall financial, sustainability of the business model? And what do you think, from a customer perspective, what would really be dominant, when he chooses a product? Would that be led by functionality aspect of it? Or do you think, customer is more brand focused? And how the next 5 years prospect look like for you? Over to you.
Hi, let me take the first part of that question. And you mentioned the word trend. It was very interesting. So I must say, I was with Manico when we had invested in Beardo, and one of the questions I remember asking Ashutosh, Priyanka, at that time, the founders, that is beard a trend? Is beard a trend to stay, or will it die? What will happen to the business? So a few things that we've realized. Beard in general is not even a trend. Beard is here to stay, and And a classic case was during COVID when we all wondered, oh no, people will consider, will they feel beards are becoming unhygienic or something? Will they want to shave it off? Is that the trend? And we realized it was exactly the opposite. In fact, all men grew their beards during lockdown. And not only then, even after that, we realized people who have a beard, they will never ever shave it off because they feel weird without it. So that really made us wonder that, so it's not really the beard. So what is it that is making this brand work? It wasn't a trend. And we really tried to understand that. And we realized that it's not a trend, it is a lifestyle that we sell. So, we look at a guy and you say such a weirdo, or that guy's a weirdo. So weirdo has become a verb and it's become a kind of a personality. And that is what we find to be the most unique aspect about our brand. And coming to your next question, which was, whether consumers will buy a functional benefit versus something which is more emotional. All your best-selling brands of today, the most successful brands of today, they're all built on an emotional hook. They're built on an emotion. I'll tell you one which is very close, since Marico, I can tell you Parachute. Parachute is just coconut oil, right? But it's still such a large player because it's built on an emotion, and they built that emotion over a period of time for the masses, and that's what works. And similarly here with Beardo, we are very confident, and for men in particular, men don't have the time to research and do too much of. They don't care whether it's made ye ingredient hai or wo ingredient hai. Beyond the point, if I have to be very, very crass about it, they have to just look good, look sexy. They want the girl. And Beardo is going to be that brand that or the person they want to be to stand out and lead from the front. And Beardo is what comes to mind. And we believe men are going to continue. We see this in the US as well. Most brands that do really well there are archetype forward brands. And that's what we continue to, that's what we plan to do. And we are very confident that that's what will work, as long as our archetype is very different and unique to what is out there. So just to let you know, there was a stat, if I can recall, where there were possibly, I think, 7 or 10 new brands in the men's grooming space being launched every 15 days. Some, a crazy number of new launches, but none of them have been able to make any kind of dent. And we've realized that there is something about marketing or the way you build a brand for men, which is very different from the way you build a brand for female, for the female segment. I believe we have understood that to a slight aspect, and we intend to keep building on that. In terms of the viability of the franchise model, we were very, very clear on the power of the salon spaces. A little bit of background, even on my experience. Before I joined Marico in 2016, I have worked with L'Oreal for about 7 years. And my experience at L'Oreal was in the salon business. And when we were with Beardo, and that time when we had advised Beardo that you must get into the salon space, and today and now I'm with the same company and we're doing that. We were very clear that the salon range adds immense amount of professional credentials also to the brand. So it's a strategic channel, and we will continue to invest in that. And we want to be the go-to brand for men in salons. We are very clear that's our aspiration, that's our wish. We want to be the #1 brand. And with that, I think we will all constantly, within the whole environment, keep investing behind there. And with our positioning, our commitment, and we like to follow through, I think this is going to continue to grow, and we will make sure that if there are any challenges, we will all work together to overcome them in the salon franchise model as well.
Great, Paresh. I think that's a very good overview that you've given as far as industry dynamics are concerned. I see a lot of questions, friends. I'll take all these questions as much we can in the time that we have, and also I'll request all of you who want to have maybe one-to-one meeting discussion. We have a discovery day that we're planning in the next I would say 4 to 5 days of time. I'll also announce the date shortly, so anyone who's keen to discuss further can reach out on the hotline number of Franchise India, and we would be able to connect you with the team of Beardo for detailed discussion. My other question, which which I want to take up now, and that's also something which is very important for everybody who wants to partner with you, is, how the overall unit economics, of the business work. And I see a lot of questions, which I was reading also in the Q&A. Now, starting with maybe the salon, we're talking about unit as well as a master franchisee. And when we look at a master franchisee, I saw a bracket, which started with 25 lakhs and went up to about 100 odd lakhs, about 1 odd crores. So what is the split of this investment, one, and and is the franchisee also expected to operate one salon of his own apart from developing the territory under him? Over to you.
So what we'll do is definitely right now, we are going to summarize on how the invest is going to be. But I will definitely request, franchise on our behalf to share the financial model that we have already given, so that, all their queries to the nth money would be answered regarding, what would be the ROI, what is the expected payback period. But just to give you a small explanation about how the master franchise on the salon will work is, as I said earlier, we are working on a licensing model. What is the licensing model is, for one unit franchise, for you to open up, you would require one license from the company, right? Now, as a master franchisee, say for example, if you are buying a 20 licenses, we have come up with 3 different slabs. First slab is of 5 license, second slab is of 10 license, and third slab is of 20 license. So when you buy 5 licenses from the company, the overall worth of those 5 licenses is 25 lakhs. But you don't pay 25 lakhs to company, you pay only 20 lakhs to the company. So your investment that comes to the company is 20 lakhs. Against, you make 25 out of it. So basically, per unit franchisee, you are making 1 lakh rupees. So that is coming around 20% return on your investment, just purely as a master franchisee. If you're consuming all 5, you're buying and you're selling all 5. If you move from the first bracket to the second bracket, if you move to the 10 unit franchising license, in that particular case, the overall worth of those 10 licenses is 50 lakhs. But you don't pay 15 lakhs, you pay only 35 lakhs to the company. So that is per unit franchisee, you are making 1.5 lakh per unit, and the return on investment that comes is around 30%. The third bracket that is there is of 20 licenses. So the total worth of 20 licenses is around 1 crore. But you don't pay 1 crore to the company, you pay only 60 lakhs to the company. So basically, per unit, you are making 2 lakh. And if you ask me what is the return on investment, so the percentage of gain is almost 40% of what you are making on the total unit of 20. So to start off with, we have kept 3 brackets, 5, 10, and 20.
Okay, and so what we're saying is that all these licenses that he would buy, he would pay a territory fee or a cluster fee, whatever that fee would be. And in that fee, you would have the fee of his first outlet salon included, and the subsequent 4 or whatever that number is can also be sub-franchised by him. Is that right?
Absolutely, right. So when I'm offering, say for example, let me give you a lucid example of say 5 licenses. He took 5 licenses from the company. He paid upfront 20 lakhs. Out of those 5 licenses, he decided to open 1 salon for himself, right? So that means out of 5, 1 he is opening for himself. Now remaining is his 4. Those 4 he can sell it out, okay, and recover his 20 lakhs, what he was paid for 5, and 1 licenses that he has already taken for himself. He can build a salon on his own. So, and that investment of building up salon will be completely him. That comes in a bracket of, again, as I said, 15 to 20 lakhs, but that would be his own investment for his own particular salon.
So when we calculate an ROI for an area franchisee or a cluster franchisee, as we may call it, so there would be 2 sources of income for him. And you may correct, if I am wrong. So one would be he gets a share of the franchise fees on every subsequent additional or addition of a unit franchise. And second would be he gets a percentage of the royalties, which is 3%. Right. So Harshad, if you maybe broadly, maybe we have
Yes.
these numbers with us, and friends, we'd like to share with all of you who want to get a little deeper understanding on how it works. But on an average, if you look at these 5 numbers or 25 numbers, we're signing a contract of 5 odd years, and every franchise partner would be given a specific time frame for them to roll out these numbers, right?
True.
So that's what. And the other, when I talk about maybe the revenue stream for him, so friends, one revenue, because एक outlet आप खुद चलाएंगे अपना, that is something which is owned and operated by you, so your returns on the investment would be calculated accordingly as a unit franchisee, and for the balance your returns would come from royalties and the franchise fees. So if you look at the investment that he's making for the territory, typically Ashad, what is the timeline that you feel it takes, and also because a lot of it would also depend on the potential of these salons, so what are we looking at when we talk about unit efficiencies? Kya throughput रहेगा in outlets ka? And I understand because we are opening very small 350 square feet of spaces, so I understand we have a very sharper offering, and these are very sharper outlets that we are putting. So what kind of offering we have? One typical, what kind of throughput are we expecting these outlets to make? And on an average, what do you think that 10%, 3% of office share would gradually translate to?
Right. So first, I'll answer your question regarding the unit franchisee, because what is true for the unit franchisee will similarly come for that particular model, which as a master franchisee he himself is opening up. Okay, we are looking at a total revenue on a monthly basis of around, depending upon city. See, what figures I'm giving is a ballpark figure
Sure.
and an average figure pan India, right? I'm looking at a service revenue of per month to be in the range of say 3 lakhs to 3.75 lakhs, right? And I'm looking at a product revenue. Product revenue is the product that he sells from his outlet. I'm looking at a product revenue that would be anywhere in range of say 50,000 to 1,25,000. So if I take the upper bracket of services and product, I'm expecting anywhere monthly revenue to be in range of 5 lakh to 5.5 lakh. Okay. Now, what as an investor, or probably after deducting all the expenses of salary, the rent, the cost of product, 2% of the marketing spend that he will be doing for his own purposes, the royalty fee that he will be paying for the company. After deducting everything, we expect the return on investment on a monthly basis to be around 8 to 9%. So basically, if the revenue is anywhere in range of 5 lakh rupees, I expect him to take home at least a minimum amount of say 30 to 35,000 per month as a pure net profit. So that ROI would be net of all the expenses that he is taking. Now, this particular thing, as I said, is what true for the unit franchisee will also become true for the master franchisee. Apart from that, the additional income for the master franchisee, as you have rightly observed, one is he will be obviously earning through the selling of his licenses. The other thing, we are charging a minimum monthly royalty of 25,000 or 10% of the total revenue, whichever is higher. When we are doing that, there is a minimum monthly guarantee of 25,000 that comes to the brand. Out of that, just going with a very conservative assumption, okay, it is 25,000 that is coming or flowing into back to the company and the master franchisee. Say 7,500 is something that is assured and guaranteed to the master franchisee every month out of this every franchise unit. Now, assuming out of his 5 licenses, one he's consuming for himself, so there's a return on investment say around 8 to 9%. Let me have a rough figure of say around 30,000 he's making out of his own franchisee, and the remaining 4 that he's sublet, he's making 7.5. So if I multiply that thing by 4, that particular calculation again comes to 30,000. So total the revenue that will flow into his system of a master franchise is something around 60,000 rupees on an investment of on a yearly investment of 20 lakhs. So if I divide that by again on a monthly basis, 20 lakhs divided by on 12 months come around 1.8 lakh. So on an investment of say 1.8 lakh per month, he's taking home 60,000. So that is almost whooping 30 to 33% return on investment that he's making, which we believe as a brand we can offer, and we can help our investor to make that kind of money, which is sounding very attractive right now.
Sure. Now, when we talk about also other expenses, and one thing we talk about royalties, which is taken on the overall sales. Now, these royalties also include your sales from your product line as well, and or are we charging only for the services, or we have differentiated royalty structure for product and service?
Yes. So what we'll be charging is we'll be charging royalty on the service part, because product part is something which we are already discounting giving to them. So we won't be charging on the product part, but definitely we'll be charging on the service part, deducting the taxes that they'll be paying, the GST that we'll be paying, and on the net amount, we'll be charging them the royalty.
Definitely. And Harshit, how about the expenses when we talk about operating expenses? What kind of staff are we talking about? I did see somebody in the audience talking about the training of the staff, which needs to be there. So if you look at the expenses, what locations are we looking at? What rentals are we looking at? Typical, salary of the staff, consumable cost. How much is that we have actually, put that in our statement. So would you want to give maybe broadly that,
Sure,
dynamics, and
sure.
what are the margins, EBITDA margins end of the day after taking all these expenses out?
Perfect. So let me bifurcate it the cost into particular two categories. One is something that is fixed that has to be borne with respect to whether the business is the revenue is flowing, and one would be directly proportionate to the revenue that is flowing. So what is that fixed cost that we're looking at? If I take on cities like Ahmedabad or Gurgaon or Kolkata or probably cities like Hyderabad, giving you this particular example, the rentals that we are looking out is anywhere in the range of say 45,000 to 60,000, right? Then a minimum staff of 5 people would be required. Out of that, 3 would be hairstylist, 1 would be the salon manager, and 1 would be the housekeeping. The salary that would go in maintaining this 5 people would be anywhere again in the bracket of say 80,000 to 1,10,000, right? The third thing that would be fixed in terms of cost would be the maintenance in terms of electricity, in terms of the other regular maintenance that happens. The expected electricity consumption is anywhere in the range of 7,000 to 11,000, and the other miscellaneous expenditures again would be in range of 5,000 to 8,000. So if he ask me, okay, what is that range of fixed expense that is going to come, including salary and everything, that is, I'm looking at somewhere around 1.25 lakhs to 1.6 lakhs. That would be the fixed expense. Now, as the revenue will flow, what would be the proportionate cost of goods that would be going on? Since we are a male grooming company, there's nothing much of chemical work that we're doing that goes in any other regular salon. The cost of goods that happens in a regular salons is anywhere in the range of say 18% to 25%. But we not much on the chemical side. The cost of goods that goes into the service is anywhere in the percentage of 8 to 12%. That goes depending upon the kind of facial that you're doing, or probably many penny services, or probably hair shampooing services. So and on an average, 8 to 10% would be the cost of goods that would be going. Further, to run the overall show, hairstylists are one of the key stakeholders, I would say, or majority stakeholders in running the show. There's a 5% cost associated with it, which again as goes proportionately with the revenue. So 5% of something which has been shared from the brands, from the master franchise pocket to the stylist pocket. And finally, to sum up, after having a revenue say of around monthly revenue of around 5 lakhs, there would be inbuilt 35% discount which would be offered on the products. Okay, so overall, as I said, if a salon wants to break even, what would be the time duration? And we are looking somewhere between say 15 months to 20 months for the salon to break even. So on an investment of 20 lakhs, in next 5 years, he should be breaking even by say 1.5 year, and next 3.5 year would be his clearly net profit. And his 20 lakhs will give him anywhere say around 60 to 70 lakhs. So I'm looking at an tripling his investment in next 5 years.
And how about the other retail setup? How would the the financial dynamics work there? What margins are we giving in? Again, the throughput for a retail outlet. And quickly, I'll also pick up some cities where people have shown interest, and I'll ask you on what cities are we focusing. Over to you, Rajat.
Yes. Answering your second question first of the city thing, we have identified 34 cities in India. Okay, and these are probably cities starting from Mumbai. We have not excluded cities like Mumbai and Delhi. They are obviously on our target. But yes, if I talk about Maharashtra, we are open for Mumbai, Pune, Nashik, Nagpur, right? If I come to Gujarat, Surat, Ahmedabad, Rajkot, right? But when it comes to the kiosk model, as I said, the retail model that we have, we are targeting the top 30 malls in the country. When I say top 30 malls in the country, what are those parameters? The parameters are pretty simple. One thing is we are looking at the size of the mall. The mall has to be, minimum build-up space would be at least 6 lakhs above square feet that is expected. And on an average, the footfall figures that we take from the mall is on weekdays, we expect the footfall to be at least 50,000, and on weekend, we expect the footfall to be 1 lakh or 1.5 lakh and above. This would be our basic criteria. And what we have studied pan India, we have come up with 30 malls which are there existingly. And the investment that would go, as I said, would be anywhere, including the franchisee fee, between 7 to 10 lakhs. What is the inbuilt margin that we are offering to them? There's an inbuilt margin of 45% that we are offering for the kiosk model. And if you ask me what would be the break even for the kiosk model, the range of break even in terms of months would be from 11 months to 14 months. So in a period of 5 years, we expect the investor to break even by 1 year and 2 months. And the kind of return on investment I'm looking in a duration of 5 years on an investment of 10 lakhs, I expect him to make at least 25 to 30 lakhs. So that is, I'm taking his investment, 4x or 5x of what he's investing initially.
So that's helpful. And I also, request friends, I see many questions and since we have shortage of time and couple of more minutes, before we close, I'll just pick some cities, and Harshad, if you can just confirm if these cities are good for us to go ahead. And somebody asked me the investment, friends, we're looking at a master franchise. Somebody said, unit is also 20 lakhs and master, what a difference. So master franchise, you pay for the territory. अगर आप 5 ले रहे हैं, 10 ले रहे हैं, 15 ले रहे हैं, 25 ले रहे हैं, जो भी वो number है, you pay for the territory, you pay that franchise fees. Plus, you also make an investment on that unit franchisee. For example, you take a 25 lakh maybe package or a potential rollout, then 25 plus 21 lakhs on the unit that you would make. So that comes to about 45, 46 lakhs kind of an investment that you need to make. So I have Mr. Chirag from Noida looking at the Mall of India there. And Chirag, we can even discuss with you because you also talked about taking the master franchisee for Noida. And if somebody's looking at the entire city, friends, we can even discuss what potential that particular location would have, what spots in that particular city location that we think are potential enough. So I'll request if we can have one-to-one discussion on that. And I also have Mr. Gupta from Kolkata, and Kolkata is open, Mr. Gupta. And I also see one of our developers who've joined from Gujarat, and this is a place called Himmat Nagar, and he's wanting to confirm if this location would be open for a business opportunity like this. And he owns there's a commercial complex which he owns where he would want to operate. So I think we can still get into discussion with respect to the location, but Himmat Nagar, Harshad, would that be something that we would be open to at this point in time?
To start with salon and to start with kiosk, probably, sorry if I'm being very direct, it's a very small location for us. And probably, if I am to open a salon in Gujarat, I'll pick 4 cities: Ahmedabad, Vadodara, Surat, and Rajkot to start off with. And if that particular success, I don't mind replicating it 1 year down the line to Himmat Nagar. But right now, I need confidence, which I'll get from the higher cities, and unlike Himmat Nagar.
So, and I also have Lakhvinder, Gurgaon. Lakhvinderji, Gurgaon is definitely important location for Beardo to be in. And then we have Kota, which is Rajasthan, and they have a property in the landmark city where Mr. Jain, Cheyansh Jain, would be keen to explore. I think Kota, would that be something, Harshad, that you would still like to pursue as a
location? Yes. Kota being, a student hub and the kind of salon market which is already been developed and the kind of brands they are there, we can definitely consider Kota. Probably we can, zero down on the right location.
Sure. And friend, this is the franchisee on franchisee operated model where the entire operations are taken care by you. The entire expenses of the outlet would also be taken care by you. And let me see, Navi Mumbai and Pune, Pavanji is open. And similarly, a lot of you are asking on the projections. Friends, we'll be able to share that with you. And lastly, Harshad, my question, because we already a D2C brand present, a lot of locations offline, online. Is there a price parity that we are maintaining? One, which I want our investors or prospective investors to get clarity on. And second, any kind of fulfillment, through their stores, which is a demand which is generated online. Is that something which is fulfilled by a franchisee, or that is treated as a separate business?
Okay, so answering this question, there's a complete, I would say, price protection. When I'm saying price protection is if there is something which is being run online, offline, or probably on other divisions, this particular division won't be neglected. Company will definitely have its plan and have its share of end consumer promote that will be given to the kiosk and to the salon division respectively.
Not to mention that the salon range of products are exclusively for salon. They won't be available online anywhere.
Right, right.
Or anywhere else.
Okay. Yes, I saw somebody, we have Mr. Pavan from Pune, and we talked about the salon would have both retail as well as services. Now, when we talk about retail, would we have a differentiated line for salon for retailing, or it would be similar to what we have at the regular?
No, so let me explain. There is a separate sub-brand called Beardo Studio Professional. And under Beardo Studio Professional, this is only for salons. There will be technical products which will be used in salon, and there will be retail products which will be home care, but only for salon. So a shampoo small pack, 200 ml, will be retailed from a salon only under the brand Beardo Studio Professional.
Okay, but we have differentiated product. The same product is not available at a kiosk or a store. The same product is not. All right.
Beardo Studio Professional only in salons.
Sure. Pavanji, I hope that answers your question. There would be product, but there would be a differentiated offering for salons. And friends, I'll take all your questions, maybe one on one. And we have a discovery day. Ashna, if I can know what date are we keeping the discovery day, we can announce. And friends, I'll request all of you to reach on the hotline number of Franchise India. You can WhatsApp on this number, call on this number. At the same time, Franchise India has teams in across 97 cities in India, and we have the entire team who's working on the project based on the locations which are prioritized by the company. And we are planning to keep a discovery day on the 10th of April, but I think that's a little far, as we are on 30th today, about 11 odd days. But I'll request all of you friends who are keen, we'll start lining up your meetings tomorrow onwards, and we'll also take suitability of time from the team of Beardo, and would like to start patching up. And anybody who wants to meet, have a physical meeting, please get back to us with your confirmation, and we'll align that. And before I close, Darius and Harshad, I'll request if there's a closing remark that you want to make to the entire audience which is listening both live on the Facebook and join on the webinar. Over to you.
I just want to say one thing, that it's taken us a long time for us to take this step, decide to go down this route. And we took that time because we wanted to be sure that what we're going to offer is truly meaningful. We feel we've reached there. And with the success and confidence, actually, I think that we have with the rest of our initiatives working, now is actually the time. And Harshad is, the main point of contact, and you must have heard him speak. I think he knows his stuff in and out. And that gives us all a lot of confidence. So now's the time. This category is growing tremendously. We are leading this category online everywhere. It's just a matter of time. We actually, I think, are behind offline compared to our competitors. We haven't been so active offline, but the fact that we have such a strong equity online, it shows that there's a brand has enough pull, and that brings us to our confidence to do this initiative offline.
Yes. Adding from my end, as Darius said, we took a lot of time to get things right and move started. It's just been probably, I'll say, 7 or 8 days that on the company's LinkedIn page, we just put up one creative saying we are open for the salon business. We didn't even mention that we are open for kiosk business. And then as credit also goes to the Franchise India. Within that day to this day, I'd like to make one announcement, guys, to all the investors, that Bihar and Jharkhand is closed. You don't have any other opportunity, because it has already been taken. Bihar and Jharkhand master franchise has already been signed, and within a time frame of say for 30 to 40 days, you will see our first salon going live, either in Ranchi or Patna, because that depends upon the master franchise who has taken up. And this is the kind of crazy response that we are getting. And trust me, we want to respect all the investors that come, and we will be closing things on first come and first serve basis, because we know we are doing this webinar pan India. We know the kind of potential the investors is having, and they have joined us today. So when it comes to the financials and when it comes to their intention, we don't doubt. That is why assumption of this, that they have right intention and good financial capability, we will be closing things on first come first serve basis. Yeah, that's it, Sonia, from my side.
Thank you, Harshad, and thank you so much, Darius. And friends, again, I'll request, if you're keen, reach out to us. A lot of you had asked for Bihar, Patna, some locations from these two regions. So you have still an opportunity for taking a sub-franchisee. So feel free to get back to us. And like Harshad mentioned, this is first come first basis, because they're looking at a big scale and ramp up their operations. So we are keeping this discovery day on 10th, but we'll be more than happy to take calls starting tomorrow, friends. Thank you so much. And before I close, I'll request Ashna to please conclude and and share her closing remarks.
So thank you so much, Darius. Thank you so much, Harsha. Thanks, Sonia ma'am. Thanks all the dear participants for sparing time joining this webinar. Please connect with us at our business hotline number, which is 97176-83838. We have shared the same information in the chat box also. Also, you wish to share your suggestion, feedback with us, please connect with us, write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. You can also subscribe our different social platform. We are available at Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And in case you wish to understand different kinds of the association, different events we do, different business opportunities, connect Gaurav sir and Sonia ma'am at their LinkedIn IDs. And tomorrow, under our 12 p.m. national webinar, we are bringing the brand from Delhi NCR. It's a F&B vertical for you, F&B business opportunity for you, Kulchas. They're already operational successfully outlets in Delhi NCR, and they are looking out partners, like-minded partners from your side. So do registration with us. Registration can be done either by going to Facebook page where we have shared the registration link, or call us, SMS us, WhatsApp, or connect with us at our business hotline number. Thank you once again for joining in today. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good day. Bye.